Hello everyone, welcome to the Power Pages Quick Tip series. I'm Ambasing today with Shweta, and in episode 10, we are going to talk about how to customize appearance of the AI chatbots in the Power Pages site and enhance the user experience for the bot website users. So let's quickly go through. And the first thing is you can customize the chatbot styling by overriding the default cascade style sheet like a CSS classes, or to do so, add a style tag to the header template and follow the steps which I would mention in the next slide to override the values. So the first thing what you have to do is you have to go to the site editor. You have to explore the navigation, expand the web template folder, open the header.html file. This file is really important where you need to make the customization changes. Add your style tag, override the respective styles into that one. Save it, and then you sync it, publish it, everything is done. The next step is just try to get how the whole structure look like, because this is really important what you want to change, and for example for header what classes you have to use it. In this video, if you can visualize, we have an header as a number one where I have highlighted. Then you can adjust to the height and width where I have highlighted with the number 2. Bot window is number 3, the complete window. I would mention the fourth one is a bubble from the bot. So you have two bubbles. The one bubble is from the bot and the second bubble is for the user. Bubble is nothing but a kind of the highlighted where some text has been written for the conversation. Then we have a reference links as a sixth. So if you can use, or the bot can use any of the reference links there. Then we have a privacy message at the bottom, because it need to be there. You can play around with that values as well. This is all you have consists there. And if you know the classes, you can easily update look and feel for that one. And now I would like to show live that how you can accelerate the innovation of the Copilot with the new brand of the UI in the Power Pages. So can't wait anymore. Let's dive into the real action. Just a quick recap. Although if you go through the previous episode, I think in episode 5, Shweta already mentioned how to enable the bot for your Power Pages. But a quick recap there. You have to go to the admin center. In the admin center, go to the settings. In the setting, you will see one property like a publish Copilot with the AI features. These features need to be enabled there. So that could be the first step. Second thing, if you're onto the home view, there you have to just simply go and edit the page, and then it will open Power Pages Designer Studio. In the Power Pages Designer Studio, basically you have to go to the setup. In the setup, there is a Copilot section. And in the Copilot section, you see the Add Copilot there. So in the Add Copilot to the site, you have a two option there. So the first option is Create Copilot, which is enabled there. The second one is Enable Copilot on the site. So you can just simply go and enable it. That's all. Then you don't have to do anything. Once you enable it, you have to make some changes. And for the detailed explanation, you can just refer back the video which we have already prepared. I will just put the link to the video description. Just go through with that one. Now, as a next step, what we have to do. So I would just quickly go to the Power Pages homepage and open everything to the Visual Studio. But before going there, let me just quickly show you. This is the sample page. Nothing has been changed. And on the bottom right corner, you see there's a bot written there. So you can see there's some text there, unable to connect. And this will be there if you open the chatbot for the long or the page for the long time. And then you probably get this kind of the error there. And then you have some of the text boxes where you can ask your queries from the bot. And then there is some information that bot responses are the AI generated. So there could be inaccuracies possible. If you want to highlight it, you can highlight that one, how we can see in a couple of seconds. So this is how it look like. And what I'm trying to do, I'm just quickly going to my homepage and edit this site on the Visual Studio. And once the site will open in the Visual Studio, I have to quickly search the header.html. If you found it, if not, then you have to wait for the whole files to be loaded to your Visual Studio Code. And after that, you can just simply, so right now it is fetching my file. You can see bottom right corner that it's fetching my file from server. You probably need to wait a bit of second. I have all of the files available there. In the hierarchy, you have to go to the web template. In the web template, you just need to search for the header. Open the header.html here. And on the top, what you can do, you can put the style tag there. So you can just simply put the style tag. And for the time's sake, I just copied a few content there, which I have already prepared. I can share those things on my video description, or I can give you the link from here. You can just copy it. So I just added, I saved the file. Now you have to go to the designer again. And I'm on the designer. Just wait a second. So I just need to quickly move to the designer. So here you just need to click on the sync. It might take a couple of seconds to minute to sync your configuration. And then you have to go to your page, just make a hard refresh there. So I want to make a hard refresh. So simply I just inspect the element and I just empty cache and hard refresh. So I just don't want that it picked few things from the cache and let the page load. So now the page has been loaded and now you can see that the look and feel has been changed for that. When initially it was in the default, now it has been changed. It means changes is getting applied there. So what you can do next, I can just give you a bunch of the classes and the properties from there. And then simply I would just put this on the editor. I just copied it from my local and just replace this value from my editor. Everything is being there. What this class is worked for, I can just quickly show you. Although it's by the name of the class, it's already readable that PVA privacy messages is basically for the privacy message on the bottom. And the same way, I already told you where the bubbles are, where the headers. So header right now in the different colors. And if I just type some messages here, it would be in the different color. So everything is in the different colors. You can set up it based on your convenience. So I just copied it, I saved it, and let me just quickly sync the configuration. And after syncing the configuration, then I will just reload the page. And now you will see all of the changes there. So let it load and it might take a couple of seconds. And then I just simply empty cache and reload the portal or reload the page back. Once the page will be reloaded, you will see a lot of the changes here. So now you see the the color of this open chat window, like a text color has been changed. Plus you see at the bottom the color has been changed. The header bar has been changed. The text of the font has been changed here. The same way the bubbles has been already changed here. So green and with the different colors, it's already there. If it doesn't look good, so probably you would like to highlight the bottom one with altogether different colors. You can go to the privacy. You can simply go and pick up the color here. And just an example, I want maybe something which could be more highlighting to the eyes. You have to check all of the accessibility perspective also, because the moment you make the changes with the CSS, and if it is visible to the end users, you always need to be make sure that it need to be accessible, especially if you worked on the external facing website. It is really important to consider this kind of thing, the evaluation. So I again make a syncing there, and just let me retry by empty cache and then reload it. And now you will see on the bottom there would be altogether different color. So that was I was trying to mention there, that you can change the look and feel based on your need or the customer need. I will just quickly go through with some of the properties, some of the classes there. So I can just quickly show you. Go on the top, and this is basically chatbot header, and then you have a PV embedded web chat. So you can set the height, width, and every other parameters there, attributes there. Then the same is for the windows, what kind of the background you would like to have it. Then you have a bubbles, and in the bubbles I mentioned you have a two bubbles, one for the from the user perspective and one for the content perspective. So you can set those information there from the user and from the bot. And then also you can set some of the links there, if there is any link visible to your portal which is coming from as a response, or if you would like to put it something, it will come privacy message, I told you already. And then you have a widget, so you can also make the changes to the widget, like the background colors, or if there is a tooltip, you want to make the changes in the tooltip and so on. So suppose I just quickly make a tooltip probably in the blue color, maybe a bad idea, but let me just quickly show you this information there, and empty cache and reload. So let's wait for that one. Let's reload it and stop again, not yet, and hard reload. So sometime it might take time to just get the things reflected there. Some kind of the notes I would mention that you should be aware about this. So the first thing, you can't change your site custom domain after you add the copilot. What you have to do, you have to simply turn off the copilot, change the custom domain, and then turn the copilot again back. So this is the first thing. Always keep the accessibility prospect in your mind. So if you make some CSS changes, you need to kind of the complete hold on if it has been accessible by everyone. So accessibility is a key feature there, because if something has been coming by default, it already tested. But if you made some fancy colors there, then you must have to check all of the accessibility there with the high contrast and by some other means also. Also, if you turn off your copilot features, please allow them few minutes for the background operation. So don't play around with the toggle that you just turn off and turn on, and then you thought, okay, the things is getting immediately impacted. So we have to keep this thing also in our mind while planning for that one. Before we move to the closer, maybe Shweta, do you have any questions around there?
Yeah, it's a very nice feature, Besh. Thanks for that. It actually would help a lot of customers to actually match their Copilot with the branding of their websites and use the similar theme. So that would be very, very useful for customers. Just out of curiosity, one
Mhm.
question. Can we also modify like the font of the text of the messages that the Copilot is responding to us using this CSS changes?
Yes, we can definitely make the changes there. So we have to keep few things in the mind. Whenever we reference any font based on the customer theming, the font need to be available for all of the users. So
Mhm.
maybe we
Okay.
can put it somewhere on the CDN because not all the font is available and supported by the by default by the browsers. So might be we have to supply the fonts. So the first thing we have to supply the font in the styling, like before even the styling tag, we can supply the font whatever customer need or for the specific branding. The second important aspect here, we need to give those fonts to our CSS attributes as an attribute. So where you can do this, you can simply go to any of the classes here, which is being written there. And in of those classes, like example, for the headers, probably we don't need, but maybe for the bubble text. So if you need something, we can just simply say, okay, what kind of the font family, and in the font family, you can just go and choose and pick it from there. So these are the default one which is being coming from there. But suppose you don't need a default one, you probably need a very specific which has been created by the branding team of your customer or your organization. Then we have to supply those things. Provide the best is to put it on the CDN, and then we should use by referring it or making the changes into the attribute. So yeah, that is a way we can do this and we can achieve
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great to know. Thanks a lot, Ambesh.
No worries. So yeah, now please stay tuned to this channel by subscribing and pressing the bell icon, or share these videos with your friends, colleagues who are having the same skill sets like you or want a deep dive into the Power Pages. So we will be coming up with more interesting tips, solution, knowledge sharings, and the lesson learning about the Power Pages in the subsequent days. Also, please always keep your eyes into the description of the videos so you are always updated with the latest information or any kind of the reference link. If we promise to provide you, we will just put it there. Till that, have a nice time and happy learning. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.